Hi everyone, I'm Kayleigh and I'm the drama teacher on Stage Performing Arts, and I'm going to take you through a typical drama warm-up that we would do in class that you can follow along with at home and do it before our drama classes online, before you go to any auditions, or if you just fancy a drama warm-up. Brilliant, so we're going to start with our hand sanitizer, very important step, and we're going to rub that all in, get everywhere. Oh, maybe I used a bit too much. Rub it all in, because the first thing we're going to do is wake up our face. So to do that we're going to tap our face all over. Really get it woken up. Tapping all over our face. I do this every morning to wake myself up. Very easy step. And next we're going to make the smallest face that we can and clench everything, really small. And then we're going to make the biggest face we can, really, really big. And then really small. And really big. Really small. And really big. Great. And then we're going to take some toffee. I'm going to pop it in and give it a really big chew. A really, really big. And use every single muscle. And whatever you do not take a screenshot of me doing this. And chew it over to one side. And the other side. You want to look really silly when you're doing this. That means you're doing it right. And back to the middle. Really big. Great. And then taking our hands to the side of our jaw and bite down, you should find a muscle that pops out. Try and find that. That's the one we want. And when you've got it, give it a good massage. This is all the tension in your jaw. We want to get it out. And it should ache quite a lot because it's a muscle we never really release. Great, and then taking our thumbs and we're going to massage under our tongue. This is our tongue root tension we're getting out now. Again, it might ache, it might not. Great. And then I always like to finish off with one final big face. Perfect. So now we're going to move on to our hands and our arms. So to warm those up, we're going to start by shaking them off, shake everything off. Really, really big shake. Get rid of all that tension. Make sure you shake them up high and down low and just all around. Great. And then we're going to turn into witches and wizards and cast a spell forwards. This is going to shake out all that extra tension, shaking it all out. Perfect. And then we're going to play the piano. Now I like to play it from one side all the way to the other. Make sure you use every single finger, every single muscle until you feel that ache. Really waking them up now. Brilliant. And taking our arms out in front of us, we're going to lift our hands up and down. And do this until you find the ache. For some people it comes quite fast, others it might take a little bit longer, so feel free to pause the video if you need to. Great, now I've got mine there, so I'm going to move on and take my hands into some fists and circle my wrists one way. And then the other way. Brilliant. And a little shake off. Brilliant. Now we're going to move on to our feet. So we're going to take one foot out in front of us and we're going to stay on our heel. I'm going to raise it up so you can see it. And what I'm doing on the floor, this is on the floor, I'm just raising it so you can see it. We're just tapping just our toes. It would help if I found my balance. Just our toes on the floor. Now if you want to do it off the floor, you can do, but it is better on the floor. And keep doing it until it starts to really ache and you can't do it anymore. And then we're going to move on to having just our toes on the floor and we're taking just our heel, banging just your heel onto the floor. And that again, it will really ache. Some people it takes longer, some people you'll find it really fast. And then we're going to lift that leg and circle our ankle one way, 2, 3, 4. And circle it the other way, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great, and then we're going to do the exact same on the other leg. So take it out, we're going to do it on the floor this time. You won't be able to see it, but that's okay. And banging just our toes onto the floor. Till we find that ache. You might need to take it out quite far, wherever it is. The trick is to not move your other leg. It's all coming from this leg, really waking it up. And then switch it onto our toes and put your heels onto the floor. Until you find that ache. Make sure you do find it. Brilliant, and then lifting it up, we're going to circle one way with our feet. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other way, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great, and popping them down, have a final shake. Great, next step of the warm-up is to do our tense and release. Now you need to do this laying down on the floor, because you need the floor there to be able to catch all of your weight. I'm not going to do it on the floor for the purposes of this video, but if you can all go on the floor and just follow along with my voice. So laying on the floor, what I want you to do is tense everything, tense every single muscle, really clench everything, and then release it all. And just let yourself sink into the ground. And then one more time, tense everything, really, really tense. And then release it. And take a minute just to lay there and just breathe. And now we're moving on to warming up our voice. So we're going to start pretending that we have a flea in our hands here, and a flea makes this noise, bzzz. So watching my flea, if my flea goes up, our voice will go up, and if it goes down, our voice will go down. So follow your flea along with me. We're going to go bzzz. And then we're going to catch the flea, and when we catch it, we go splat! And then it's in our hands, and it's still flying around, which makes us shake, and we're going to go, and then we're going to have a look at our flea. But when we open our hands, it's not there. So can you go, huh? And then suddenly, we swallow it. And we've had a nice tasty snack, so we go, but then we realise that snack was a flea, so we go, yuck! Good job. Now we're going to try it one more time with our flea from the other side. I'm not going to explain it this time. Just go along with me. Here we go. Splat! Have a look. Huh? Yuck! Nice work. Moving on to the next section of warming up our voice, we're going to do a Grotowski-based exercise. Now, Grotowski was a Polish theatre director and theorist, and he came up with this whole new method of acting that we'll hopefully get to look at one day in class, and he really changed the way that people think about acting. And he believed in using your whole voice in a performance, and that means using your deepest voice right down from your toes, right up to the highest voice that you can in your head voice. So we're going to use one of his warm-ups that will warm up our whole voice. So we're going to start with our hands on our knees, and in a really nice deep voice we're going to say zoo as we're going round, zoo. Then we're going to put our hands on our hips, and now really loudly we're going to go round again. We're going to say whoa, and then hands on our stomach, and really feel that right down in that voice. We're going to say shh, and we're going to release on an R, so we'll say sha, and then we're going to punch the air and stamp our foot and go ga 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 ga. And now hands on our chest. Now this is our chest voice where you should be really, really comfortable. We're going to say and release on an R again. So it'll be ma. And now, like an angry Italian chef, we're going to go fe, fe, ha, ha. And then like a baby, we say ba, ba, de, de. And now really high from your highest head voice, from our eyes, we're going to release a pee, all the way down, pee, and jump up and shout Ricky, like you're shouting at Ricky from EastEnders. So let's try that all the way from the beginning, joining in with me. Again, I'm not going to explain it, just join in. We're going to go zoo, whoa, sha, ga 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 ga. Ma, fe, fe, ha, ha, baby, ba, ba, de, de, pee, Ricky. Perfect. Now, final part of my warm-up, I like to warm up my brain, and I do this by throwing any question I like at myself. Now, it's something I've not thought about yet today. I just throw something random in my brain out, a question, and I try and answer it as quickly as I can. So today I'm going to ask myself, how many legs would there be if there was 17 ducks? So I've got to work that out. So 17 ducks, and they have 2 legs, so 17 times 2 would be, so that would be 20, and then 7 would be 14, so that would be 34 legs. I hope I got that right. So throw any question you like at yourself. I've got one for you today, and that is going to be how many legs would there be if there was 24 dogs? Thanks for joining in with my drama warm-up, and we'll see you in online classes soon.